Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and in this video what I want to do is show you how to deploy a static site. So the idea is, if you just have a site that's just pure HTML, CSS, JavaScript on the front end, there is no back-end code. So you're not running a node server or whatever kind of server. How could you deploy it? And how could you deploy it for free? And how could you deploy it easily? So I'm going to show you 4 options on how you can do it. Okay. So first thing we have to do is actually make a site. So I've done this already once, but I'm going to make a new folder. So we'll call this practice 2. We want to make this really simple. Okay, I just realized that these are, I made the folder in there. I want this here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to make a new file, just an index.html. Nothing fancy. Okay, and basically here we'll just do HTML boilerplate, HTML, HTML5 tab, and I'm just going to put an H1 hello world, save. Okie dokie, and basically also we're going to just make a second file. This file will be called composer.json. This is just more of a trick for Heroku. Now what composer.json is, it's really a dependency file for a PHP backend website. Heroku is actually meant for websites with backends, with a backend PHP server, Go server, whatever. So it generally looks for some sort of configuration file to know which type of backend you're using. So what this does is, once the Heroku, when you upload to Heroku, when it sees this composer.json file, it figures you're doing a PHP website. So it'll just spin up sort of a default Apache Nginx server that just serves static websites just fine. So that's the only reason for that. But if you ever do want to get deeper into PHP, composer.json is the equivalent of package.json for JavaScript in the backend. Cool, but as long as you have those 2 files, and again in the composer.json we just need an empty object, so literally that. So long as we have these 2 files, we are in good shape. Let's just make sure that our static site is actually visible. So I'm going to open the containing folder, and I am going to open this in Chrome just to make sure this website looks the way we expect it to. Good. Okay, so good. So that's our static site. Wonderful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to deploy it to GitHub pages. That's going to be our first go around. Now when it comes to GitHub pages, you actually, this is a feature you have to enable on GitHub, and I think GitLab probably has a similar, if not exactly the same feature. And your first step is you actually have to create a repo that's called by your username. So for me it'd be like Alex Merced Coder. Let me find it. Alex, nope, that one's not it. I have a lot of repos. I think this is it. Here, yep. First you have to do is you have to make a repo that has this name. It's your username.github.io. That has to be the name of the repo. Because what happens is that this becomes sort of your root for your GitHub page, and then you go here to settings once this repo is set up. And then you're going to turn on GitHub pages here. You just turn this on. And basically whatever is in this particular repo will be at the root. So if I go to alexmercedcoder.com, no, not alexmercedcoder.com, alexmercedcoder.github.io. Okay, that would be my root, this URL. But any of my other repos I can then turn into like a sub-site. So we'll do that. So let's go back, let's make a new repo, new repository, static site. Okay, we'll just say repo use to demonstrate how to deploy static sites. Okay, that's all good with me. So now we need to get our website up to GitHub. So I'm going to go back to VS Code. Okay, I need to get into this folder. So cd up cd practice 2. Here I am. Let me just clear the terminal. There we go. And first I'm going to create a Git repository in this folder. Git init. Good. Now I need to commit to git add on git commit -m message. I really don't care. It's just an example. And then I need to add a remote to this Git repository so I can upload to this URL. So I'm going to copy this URL. Control C. Then I'm going to head over here. Git remote, because we're adding a remote URL. I'm going to add one. And we're going to name it origin. That's always like sort of the default. So Control Shift V. Good. Okay. And now I just try it out. Git push origin master. And it looked all successful. So now when I go here and hit refresh, I should be able to see that this stuff is uploaded. Yep. And there's my 2 files. Good. So now I can go to settings on my repo. Scroll down to GitHub pages. Then I'll just say, hey, yes, make this a GitHub page. Do it from the master branch. So you can have multiple branches and serve your website from a particular branch. And there we go. Now I should be able to go down here and it'll give me the URL. So see, it does it from like a sub URL. Now it doesn't load up right away. It's gonna take like probably an hour later. It'll be up and running, but I should be able to see the static site from here. Okay. Yeah, it'll take some time. Okay, but that's the URL. And it'll just basically say hello world when it's all set and good. Okay, so then our next one will be Heroku. So let's go to Heroku.com. Here we'll just create a new project. Once you start a free Heroku account, create a new app. We'll just say static site. Alex. Oh, it's gotta be all lowercase. Static site. Alex. We create the app. And now the app is created. Now all I really want is the remote URL. Okay. And that's going to be all the way down here. We go to settings actually. And we want this URL. Okay, that's going to be our Git Remote URL for Heroku. And now let's go back to VS Code. And I'm going to add another remote. So Git Remote Add Heroku. And then just do Control Shift V. There's other ways to get to the same place, but didn't want to assume that you've downloaded the CLI for Heroku. So I do that. Now I've added that. And now I can do git push Heroku master. And that'll push it up to Heroku. And then it just pushes up the files. See if PHP is detected. And then it just does its thing. It automatically assumes a web server. And there you go. So now here's the URL right here. Oops. I just want to copy this. So now if I go here, hello world, there's our website. Okay, next, well, actually let's go try the, see if that's up yet. Coder.com.github.io static. This is called static site if I remember right. Nah, let me just do it from GitHub. GitHub always takes a while. static. Yep, it was static site. Settings. New URL. Yep, still not up yet. Okay, we'll check it again after the next two. Next one is Netlify. I love Netlify. This one makes it really, really easy. So you're gonna log in. Okay, and then what you do is you say new site from Git. So you're going to connect your GitHub account. So you say, yep, continuous deployment from 0 to hero, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to connect my GitHub account if it's not already connected. Yep, it's already been authorized. And see here, it lists all my repos. So I'm looking for static site. I assume it's going to be the third one. Yep, there it is, static site. Then I go here. Then I can choose which branch to deploy from, any special commands I need, or which directory to publish from. And if I don't need to change any of those things, which in this case I don't, because I left everything sort of at the root, I can just hit deploy site. We're good to go. And there you go. Site's in there, it's built. So now when I click here, hello world. So we've deployed it again. Okay, so basically you just need to push everything to Git. Okay, it's all about, so all these were all around Git. Okay, for me to do it GitHub, I gotta push it to GitHub, but I can use that same GitHub push and push it and publish it on Netlify. I can use that same Git repository, add the remote for Heroku, push it to Heroku. Now one more, and that's gonna be Surge. Actually, I haven't done this one yet, so you guys are gonna learn with me. But essentially, first we have to do is we have to install Surge. So this one you do need to have npm. So if you don't have npm, you can download. You have to go to nodejs.org and download this. Okay, so just download that, install it, and you'll have access to this command in your computer. But essentially, I do this command: npm install global Surge, which just installs Surge as a global application. Which actually I think I should probably add sudo because I'm on Linux and I think it's going to want root privileges. So let's do that. And then that's going to install Surge. So that's installing. And let's see here. Installing. So we'll come back to that. Let's go check on GitHub again, see if that's up yet. Static site. Okay, go over here. Scroll down. Let's go take a look. Nope, not yet. I think it takes like an hour, so you probably won't see it before this video is over. Let's go take a look at VS Code. It's done. Okay, and then supposedly, let me go back to the documentation just in case, but I think it's just supposed to have the type in Surge now. Yep, that's it. Okay, so now that I have Surge installed, I just literally type in the word Surge while I'm inside the folder in my terminal, and this should do it. I've never done this before, so you are learning with me. Welcome to Surge. Log in to create a Surge account by entering an email. So sure, I'll create an account. alexmerced.com. There we go. So now it looks like it's deploying. And project, sure. Call it that. Domain, sure, that's fine. Why don't I have permission to... Ah, let's see here. Border, you do not have permission to publish. Let's try that again. There we go. This time it's working. And there it is. Okay. So here's the URL. And say that was pretty painless. So here's the URL, and there's our Hello World website. So there you go. So in 15 minutes, we've deployed this same static site to 4 different places. Okay, and those are probably the easiest places to do it at. Let me just find. Let's try GitHub one more time. It'll eventually load. I just want this so that way you guys can see that it does. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Let's click that again. But yeah, but basically, these are 4 ways to do it for a static website. So later on, now what you can do, what I like to do sometimes is I'll just make, if I need a backend, like I just need to make like an API or something, I'll use Heroku. So I'll do the Go API, the Node API, the Ruby API, whatever. I do it on Heroku, have Heroku host the API, but then I'll create a front end and upload it to Surge or Netlify or GitHub Pages, and then just pulls in that data via the API. So that way you can take advantage and split your traffic and use different hosts for different things. But yeah, that's that. So